Myriad Ginger here. Today I am making a ragdoll pony. It is going to have wings and a unicorn horn. I will be using yarn for the mane and tail. I'm not going to be using fabric. I borrowed the wing piece from a different pattern. So this pattern really included this body, the underbelly, hooves, and the face and the neck. Also a mane and tail, but I'm not using those. I will be using buttons for eyes, polyester filling. So I'm starting with sewing the hooves onto the body pieces and the belly pieces. You want to be careful with this curve. One curve is convex and the other one is concave, so you want to move your hoof a little bit and secure it with some pins. And now I'm going to go ahead and sew it. I have my machine set all the way to the right and on a size 2 stitch length and a straight stitch. So this is our result. I have pinned my horn and I'm going to go ahead and sew around the edges. And I have my wings here that are all pinned, and I will just sew from here all the way around to here, leaving a gap so I can invert it. And I'm just going to clip my curve. I'm leaving a wide seam on this because it's a very loose weave. And now I'm going to clip the curves on the wings. I'm going to add some decorative stitching to my wings. And this is what I have so far. I think I'm going to do just a series of maybe curves and lines next. Here's the first line. I'm going to go ahead and maybe do a couple more. Here are the wings. Next, I'm going to cut some lengths of yarn, for the mane. And to do this easily, I'm just wrapping it around my fingers, like so. And then I'll just cut. I'll probably cut it again. And this is specifically for the mane. For the tail, I'm going to do longer length, probably double. I'm going to sew this right to the curve, just like that. I've got my tail sewn on right here, and I've pinned my wings to sew them on next. Using the face and neck piece, I'm going to sew on our yarn mane. This side is going to be the neck, the wider part is the face, and we're going to sew our yarn from the neck to about halfway. I've got my machine set to a size 3 stitch, and I've centered my needle. Here's what our mane looks like so far. Next, we're going to go ahead and pin and sew our face and neck piece to our horse body. We're all pinned on one side. I'm going to go ahead and sew it. I've changed my stitch length back to 2, and my needle is all the way to the right again. So that's one side of the horse head. I'm going to sew right here, and this is just to make this nice and narrow and smooth. I'm going to leave a gap here for inversion, and then I'm going to sew the butt. I've got my needle set all the way to the right. I'm using the original stitching as a guide. Effectively, I am making a dart. Trying to figure out how much butt I need, so I'm pinning the belly underneath. And now I know how much butt I need to sew. I can sew from here around the hump. And now I've got my butt sewn. And I still have this gap here for inversion. We'll sew that up last. Hand stitch it with the ladder stitch last. So now you can see that I'm going to do something very similar for the neck area here and the face. I think I'm actually going to curve this down. So effectively I'm making a dart with that fabric. That actually came out really good. See, so we've kept kind of the natural curve here, and we've done a little dart on the fabric and sewed it down this way for the neck. I am going to go ahead and clip some of the curves and trim off this little lump here. I am all pinned and ready to sew the belly, setting my stitch back to a 2. This is what I have so far. I think I'm gonna go around here a little bit again, make sure I catch enough so that I don't have a hole here, which I currently do. I'm gonna check the booty here, make sure that's gotten sewn really well. This is our pony so far. I do suggest using a larger printout of the pattern and definitely modifying the face and neck piece. How I would do it is I'd measure it out from down here all the way around here, and then I would taper it at both ends, and that's how I would do the head piece. Maybe I would even shorten the muzzle a little bit, because this is kind of long. Or maybe it would just look better on a larger pony. I tucked in this weird little flap, so now it looks like it has a goofy smile. And I added button eyes. I left the tails to make eyelashes, because I thought that was kind of cute. And I did French knots for nostrils, and the ladder stitch to stitch on the horn. And then also the ladder stitch to stitch the back closed. I did comb out the yarn. I think that technique came out really pretty. Creativity is contagious. Pass it on.